Listeners, welcome back to the Dream Stream. I am Yiskah Koock, here with fellow dream worker Ellen Ronis. Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
Nice to see you today.
Thank you. And you?
Thank you. So we were just talking about how we used to do continuity. Every next episode, we talk about the furtherance of dream work for the episode before, but then that didn't work because people weren't looking through the episodes consecutively. It was whichever catches your eye, or so that was a failed problem. But today I do have a little continuity concerning my hooking up with Bill Maher dream. And you just said something really meaningful about that, Ellen. I would love for you to repeat that.
Yeah, I was saying that I think the continuity is mostly significant if it feels significant in your own inner journey, like in your own personal process, like you're getting an aha about something about yourself or your inner life, or an issue that you've had or something like that. So I think in those ways that continuity and connection can be very meaningful.
Yes, I agree. And I really did think about this a lot because I didn't have an answer for you before. Like, why does that bother you? So what I'm speaking about is Bill Maher, who is one of my favorite comedian / late night hosts. His dad is Irish Catholic and he was brought up Catholic. So when he talks about Irish, he says, my people. He claims, membership with these people. But his mom, from what he has mentioned, was Jewish. And in Judaism, the religion of the child follows the matrilineal line. So because she's Jewish, he would be considered Jewish. But he never claims Jewish as my people. And you asked me, why did that bother me? And I realized it's because he has a very big audience. A lot of people love Bill Maher. Sometimes MAGA people, he's critical of Democrat as well as Republican. He's not like a traditional liberal, he's really looking critically. But because there's all different people who listen to him, the fact that he doesn't claim the Jewish people as his own, I feel like he's separating himself, and I feel like his audience, who already love him, would perhaps be kinder and gentler and less anti-Semitic if they knew that his mom is Jewish, he's Jewish, sort of not Jewish, religious Jewish, but I just think there's so much racism and anti-Semitism, and it would just be great to have someone like him on the side of the Jews.
Yeah,
that's my feeling.
Yeah, I hear that. And I guess I also, I would be wondering, does he say anything anti-Semitic?
Not at all. No,
right.
He's
so
very open.
So
not racist at all.
I feel like what that speaks of is pro-choice.
Yes, and
but I choose.
And
this
that
is
too.
Better, right? So in a way, that
yeah. So anyway, I figured that out because it was bothering me, and I had to explore why. Why did that bother me? I'm not very religious,
cool.
At all.
Excuse me for a second.
Okay. Sure, more spiritual than religious. Neither nor.
Yeah.
So so okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you recognize that, and I get that. I understand that.
Yeah. Yes. So I have a dream snippet.
Okay.
Again, still not having the lengthy epic dreams. Although I always have a feeling there was more to. I could feel the expansion, though I'm not remembering I'm
Yes.
remembering a point in this
Yes.
longer dream.
Yes, I think that's probably often the case, is
Yeah.
that there's something epic going on and we just remember some small thing.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
think-
the thing you need to remember, is how I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just have to see the setting. I'm just not sure about the setting. And then I'll tell the dream as a story. Okay. So I think, in an outdoor space, maybe standing in the driveway somewhere, and I'm with Michael and Eleanor, and I have a pet crow that I'm holding, and somebody steals my crow, and that was the dream.
Mm. Mm. That's interesting. I have a lot of crow or like raven, like medicine. I have a lot
Yes,
in my waking life. I mean,
I
I
can
do.
see that.
Yeah, of course, I live in a place where there are a lot of ravens and crows, but
Yes.
I definitely have like an interesting connection with them.
Yes.
So would you title this little snippet something?
I think I titled it "Someone Stole My Crow."
Okay. And the setting, anything, like reality check, anything that you recognize, the space or the people that you were with were people it sounds like.
The setting feels like maybe not in the driveway, though, in like the backyard of my friend's apartment building that I might be moving to. It feels like it was there. The two dream characters, Michael and Eleanor, are straight out of Day Residue. It's Michael and Eleanor from The Good Place. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I often put on something I've already seen while I'm doing my meditation to fall asleep. And I don't know why that is. I don't know. I don't think I'm shying away from my power. So I need a distraction. It might just be that the distraction focuses me in some way, and when I feel like, oh, I want to see this part, I literally, not literally, I imaginatively put it on a shelf, like actually in my imagination. If something comes to distract me, I say, oh yeah, I'd really like to think about that after I go through my whole meditation. And so I put it on the shelf. And then actually when I'm done, I often look what's up on the shelves. And I do honor that by thinking about it after, It's really working for me to do that. But again, I don't really know why the distraction, that's something I need to think about.
Yeah.
Because also
I have some thoughts on that actually, because
good.
I have ADD or ADHD without the hyperactivity is what they call it officially.
ADD.
ADD, in other words, ADD.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I'm on this website, and a lot of people do things like that. Like there's something about the sort of buzz and hum of whatever I'll put it in quotes and say distraction, even if it's not really, in a way, it's distracting the overactive part of the brain so that you can, so this part that's going, oh my God, blah, 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 and this and that. I don't see you that way necessarily, but I'm just saying, like, I know this for myself, and I've heard this very much from people who have ADD, that there's something about the sort of, it's almost like a mind numbing thing to have something in the background, some sound or noise that you're not focused on. And then something calms down in the brain. So then you can focus something deeper.
I think that's,
I'm not explaining it very scientifically.
no, I'm understanding.
Yeah.
On maybe an unscientific
right.
plane. I'm understanding that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
There's something to it.
Thinking about that. So, so Michael and Eleanor are in the show The Good Place.
Mhm.
And I swear I've watched it. I mean, whatever, it's on while I'm falling asleep a bazillion times, because I don't want it to be something I've never seen before, because then I'll
Something you have
want
to
to
pay-
watch it.
Right, something you
Gotta
don't
be
want it to be something you have to pay attention to.
something that I like the characters and, you know, so
Can you
that
say, sorry,
they jumped straight from the screen into central casting of the dreams.
yeah, is there anything about those particular characters, or do you think it is just detritus, you know, from the mind, from the day? I mean, is there something about them that strikes you as, you know, anything particular?
I guess the one thing that comes to mind is a speech Michael gave to Sean of The Good Place, of The Bad Place, where he said, we're told that humans can't grow and change after they're dead, but when he looked at Eleanor, she has grown and changed. All of them had grown, only 4 humans had grown and changed and were much better after the dead. And I don't know why that's what it reminded me of, but that.
Just the concept that we continue to grow, our souls and spirits continue to grow and evolve, maybe. So I don't know how that's significant, but it seems significant.
Yes.
And is there something specific that you're wanting to know about this? I mean, I have more to say about the crow and all that, but just curious.
Yeah, the crow. I want to talk about the crow.
Yeah, so I'm forgetting the specific medicine. I looked it up so many times because I have I can't remember what the medicine is.
You're going to tell me animal communication, right? And I always draw from the medicine cards.
Yes.
And crow means law, like
okay.
By the book.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that's not in. They're different.
Right, they're different, and I noticed that too. Even when I looked it up, when I Googled it, it was like 3 or 4 different things. And so I, whatever works, whatever you connect with about it. I can see the law thing because they are very, they gather in their. What is it called?
Murder of crows.
A murder of crows.
A murder of crows.
Isn't that weird?
There's herds of elk and deer, and there's schools of fish, and there's dens of no, not dens.
No, well, den is the place.
Pack of wolves.
Yeah.
And a pride of lions.
Yeah.
And murder of crows.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I don't know what the significance of that is, but they are, they actually recognize people.
And they can talk.
And they communicate with you, and they will let you know if they're mad. They they'll scream at you.
Yeah.
I've had that happen, actually. It's very distressing. They're like, rah, rah, rah. And they do recognize. It's really bizarre. I don't know how that is, but they do. I mean, I guess it's not that bizarre. They're creatures with eyes and brains and anyway,
I guess though, not just seeing everyone as human, but seeing each as an individual.
They see each individual person. Yeah.
Which is
I think they do tend to hang around in the certain same places.
Exactly.
Like there's a murder of crows in the tree sort of right outside my house, and do they make a racket at certain times of the day, and then other times they just kind of may have this kind of low, almost cooing sound. And not cooing.
Not cooing. That's the dove.
No, it's definitely the crow. It's like a guttural thing, but it's not there. It's a different sound, but
I wonder what that means too.
It's almost like they're calm, I don't really know the significance.
Like a purring.
Yeah, almost like
So we have a lot of crows here. It's not quite a murder, maybe like an attempted murder. Crows around here. It's not that many, but
a couple here.
Enough to make noise.
So I think of crow as a spirit, as a medicine guide, as a guide, spirit guide. I really do. In my world, that's my projection. And I find it interesting that it's in your hands and then somebody steals it. Do you know who steals it?
I actually don't know that it's in my hands.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't, I did say that,
Yeah.
but I don't remember like feeling the weight of it or the
Uh-huh.
feather softness. I think I had a stick, and it was at the end of the stick I was holding.
Okay.
And I don't know who steals my crow. They come and they take it and they're gone.
And it's gone. And how does that feel?
Oh, I'm very upset about, not, am I upset? I'm almost like more, I don't want to say annoyed. I'm not upset. What does consternation mean? Like,
I think that is being like,
crowish.
isn't consternation like a punishment? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like that somehow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sad, and I'm
Mhm.
not like so flippant as annoyed, but
Mhm.
I'm like angry about it. It feels like I'm watching a squirrel run up and down a tree out my window. It's almost like I feel like this is the energy of crow, is how I feel when someone steals my crow. Does that
That's,
make sense?
that's interesting. Like almost like you're embodying the crow.
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm. What do you want to do about that? There's part of me that feels like, God, I want to just go do something about that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Well,
Like
I
somebody.
mean, I am thinking there's a hike in High Falls that do you know the old yellow church?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then just to the right of that, there's a hike.
Is that
And
like Lenape Lane? Lenape Lane? Is that where that is?
that's a lane in New Paltz, but I'm thinking of
Okay.
High Falls, so I'm not
Oh,
sure.
oh, okay. I think I'm thinking of something different.
Okay. And I can't really hike now, but I can get strong enough to hike up to where there's a big forested area and there is a murder of crows who live up there. That's what I would like to do. Go out there and gather some crow energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I was thinking that's cool, like an action to take. I was thinking of like what do you want to do with, like, I feel like you're having like a feeling, and what do you want to do about that, in
Okay.
like in I guess I'm almost feeling like as if I'm re-entering the dream. I'm kind of
Oh,
thinking I'm re-entering the dream and someone does that and I'm like, what the fuck, like,
yeah,
like, there's a
yeah,
part of me that is,
yeah,
wants to get it, take it back,
yes,
inhabit it, like, especially since there's something about you feeling like um um yeah, like you're sort of in the dream almost embodying the
yes.
energy of the crow. So what
It's
does the
so
crow want
interesting.
to do, having been taken from where it's perched, from
So
where
interesting that you say that, because one of the things that I am learning about my imaginative meditation in the liminal places, and I can go on about that, but feel like I always do. I'm finding that for some things, I'll first say it, for some things, I need to actually embody. I can't just have the imagination in my head.
right.
There's one place where it's a healing for me, and I have to picture myself going into the body that I have and receiving the healing. And then I heard somebody talking about the point of manifestation, and that someone gave a TED talk or something that you have to embody, and so now I do that. And in my manifestation station, I am embodying the Jessica character, and I am, healing like I'm healed already.
So awesome. I'm all about being in the body. I mean, I know it's
Yeah,
different than
that's
that's different. a little bit different than embodied, but like I do, maybe it isn't really that different.
I don't
I'm
think so.
really so, that whole concept is, you know, every time I think about moving towards a new version of my work, I'm a massage therapist, body worker, healer, and I think about moving more into sort of a coaching realm.
Yes.
There's, it would have to be something where people are embodying, they're moving their body, like, and yes, to work through some maybe emotional, mental, practical, you know, guidance and stuff like that. But there has to be, we live in a body, you know, we were born souls in a physical body, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of information there. And so, yeah, so that's cool.
When I was
I'm
a
glad you found
teenager,
that.
I considered the body my vehicle, you know, and then when I was older, other incarnations, I pictured the body as the garment. The body is the garment. And then it actually took me a while to feel very good that the body is me, you know, not completely and only me, but a big part of me. So we have to be nicer to our bodies. Not we.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to be nicer to my body,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
I have to be grateful for my body, even with its limitations
yeah, yeah,
in that.
yeah, yeah, agreed, totally agreed, yeah.
So I am in the process of getting a dog that I'm going to then train to be my balance dog.
Oh, wow.
And it's a Australian Shepherd. What do you call it? A golden doodle?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So
Oh,
may or
God.
may not shed.
You know, that's my kind of dog.
Yeah. Yes, I know the herding dogs. I know we share this in common. It's gonna
Totally.
be a smart animal.
Smart. The doodle part's the
And-
smart
and-
part.
and
Well, an
really-
Aussie Shepherd too, very, very sharp.
Yes. Yeah, a herding dog.
Yeah,
And of course the poodle. So our favorite dogs are the smart ones.
exactly. Smart and hairy and furry and
Yeah. I love it. So I've talked to my cats about it. You know, they'll keep their judgment until they meet this animal.
yeah. They'll be all right.
I know. I love dogs and cats relationships. And whoever is fostering this baby, these babies, I love the whole litter. Whoever is, and they were rescued.
Oh my
So
God.
I don't know if they were bred. They might have been bred first by a breeder, but then they all got parvo. What is parvo? It's like a skin thing.
I don't know. It's some disease that dog. I think it's treatable. It's something that they give you. Usually they give shots for the dogs
Oh,
to
right. That's
avoid it. But I guess if they get it when they're too young, then I
Yeah.
don't think it's not a deadly thing. It's just I'm not sure
Okay.
what it is.
But for whatever reason, this whole litter ended up in foster care. And so, you know, I'd be rescuing one of these babies,
Oh my
but
God.
probably so many people want to rescue them. I probably should wait because I'm moving any day now. But I just feel like, you know what? I don't believe that you can turn someone away for having a rescue dog. I mean, not a rescue dog, a service dog.
No, if it's a service animal, but you have to have papers to prove it, I think.
Yeah, but you can get papers by paying, you know, $40 online.
Pay somebody off. Yeah.
But I'm seriously going to train it.
Yeah.
I'm seriously going to, and also then hire a trainer to come help me train it.
Yeah. You need to, somebody has to know specifically how to train them to do what you need them to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
awesome. That's so great. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm jealous because I want a dog so bad.
I know.
Oh, I'm just dying. And of course, all these like puppies are coming into my world. Like,
Oh,
you know,
tis the
beautiful,
season.
like, oh my God. And all my kind of dogs and the, you know, the collies and the Aussie Shepherds. And
Yes, yes.
I can't
This
stand it.
girl, her name is Jasmine. I first fell in love with her brothers, two of them. Oh my God, so cute. One had like a white and like white dots on his black nose. He was so cute.
Aw.
Jasper. And then there was like a black faced one with like tan and browns, and his name was Jack. And I'm like, I definitely need a dog named Jack. If you'll take Jack, my dog. So up on Cripple Creek, leave on Helm.
No, I'm not a Grateful Dead fan, so I
Exactly.
don't
Leave on Helm.
know.
Mid-Hudson Valley. So her name is Jasmine. I love it.
Why her instead of Jack? Didn't you say you wanted to?
No, I think the two boys were already adopted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No longer available.
Okay.
So
Jazzy.
Jazzy, exactly.
Yes, I like it. Oh, very sweet. Very sweet. Just trying to think if there's anything else about the dream. Is there anything else about the dream that you want to know? Or I'm not sure I have any other specific hits. There's something about like taking it back. That's the kind of a feeling that I'm just getting.
Yes.
Like, I want to find a way to like be like, what the hell? And that's my energy. That's my thing. That's
my crow.
We belong together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's my crow. And yeah, somehow taking it back. I don't know.
Yeah. Other things I think about. There's a Native American story of how did they bring fire to the earth? And I think many different animals or birds in particular tried to get to the sun to bring back fire. And I think crow ends up doing it. And that's how crow's wings become like scorched black and brings a light.
Oh.
Bringer of light.
Ah, that's interesting. It's like because they're black, pure black, really. Well, yeah. And so it's like the dark brings the light.
Isn't that the case?
Isn't that the case? Yep.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. I like that metaphor. You know, I like metaphors. That's my thing.
So, all right. Well, let's just keep this a short one.
Yeah.
I want to be making more frequently short ones, just like this.
Okay. All right. I do want to talk about this sort of thing that happened that is not really a dream, but we can.
Oh, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not really sure what I want to say about it. It just felt quite significant somehow in my own inner life. So I do this movement class. It's called 5 Rhythms. It's based on the work of Gabrielle Roth, who's no longer on the earth plane, but it's just incredibly wonderful work. And it works basically in a wave. Like, so there's certain rhythms that make you sort of move a certain way. And then the music changes and there's different more angular movements and more chaotic. And it sort of builds up from something very flowy to very chaotic where you're releasing and then you're gathering back in and, and it's kind of guided and it's just wonderful, wonderful work. And I was in a class and I had this imagining that I was like underwater and could breathe, like that I was diving in because my movements were sort of diving. And I just imagined, so it was very dreamy. Like I imagined that I was on this rock cliff and there was a diving board that had been nailed into the rock. And I, did the whole, I dove in. And then I was kind of like a mermaid, but I wasn't really a mermaid. And I remember thinking, that's weird because mermaids don't have vaginas or penises. They're just like asexual. And how like yucky is that?
You never see Splash?
I have seen Splash, but
she does when she's dry. She has legs and a vagina.
Okay, well that's
presumably all the organs to make a baby.
I just kind of went there where it's like that. There's sort of like these fantasy, women, right? These long hair and they're flowing in the water and they're dressed, but nothing on the bottom except tail. Anyway, that's where I went with it in my sort of dream. It was very dreamy, even though it was
I should say if it was my imagination, I would think of the movie Splash.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
And I'm not sure why. Oh, and then it brought me into this childhood memory that also was kind of a dreamy thing where I used to lay on the couch. I was very, very little. I mean, I was maybe 3 or 4 or something. I would lay on the couch upside down, like my legs would be up on the back of the couch and my head would be hanging over the edge. And I would imagine that the whole house was filled with water and I would be able to swim through the rooms and I could breathe
I love kids.
near water. Huh?
I love kids.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why not?
And it was such an awesome feeling. It was such an amazing feeling.
Yes.
Even in my waking life, knowing I was awake, but I was in this weird position and having this whole fantasy. And those things sort of collided in this movement journey somehow. Something about breathing in the water and feeling that sort of free, like the body just relaxing in the water and the floating feeling. And so it was kind of like a dream, but not really. And yeah, I don't know exactly what's significant about it, but that was
It's a waking dream.
Yeah, kind of very much awake.
Although
very much awake, but very deep in fantasy, very deep in
a fantastical dream.
Yeah, which is very cool because I don't normally, that doesn't happen for me. I don't have that sort of dreamy Piscean energy, although I do because
You definitely do.
My South Node is in Pisces, which means I came from Pisces. So
I believe my North Node is in Pisces.
Oh, that's interesting. But and you're also a Pisces.
And I'm also Pisces.
Yeah. So you're sort of, you have all that Pisces energy moving towards more Pisces. Dream work makes sense for you.
I know.
And the poet and your poetry. Your poetry also. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So I sort of came from that in my last life.
Nice.
I came from
come with so much wisdom. That must
so
be.
I think, yeah, I know, I guess so. And in this life, it's a very different thing, very much about communicating and observing and
creating
and creating and moving. Like it's definitely it's different. So anyway, I think sometimes those things come to me as a way to remember something in another life.
I love it.
Or some energy that I came in with.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for letting me share that.
And listeners, thanks for joining us. And as always, call us if you want to be on the Dream Stream Zoom podcast. Holomod Metukin.
Bye-bye.
And listeners, thanks for joining us. And as always, call us if you want to be on the Dream Stream Zoom podcast. Holomod Metukin.
Bye-bye.